it's going to be mere repetition of previous videos.
Well, I was going to bring up something different.
Please do.
No, I was being sarcastic.
You know.
No, what I was wanting to think about is there's a couple of these major distractions going about. The first one was this Mandela thing.
Yep.
You know. Now I looked at that, as soon as I started seeing it getting thrown at me, I'm like, that man, sees, didn't
Yep.
even look at it or anything. And then I've heard about this other thing about fucking giant mountain trees or whatever. And there's a hell of a lot of folk jumping onto that bandwagon and linking it with this and linking it with that, when we need to stop linking things together.
I know, mate. It's
Look at every story for itself.
Yeah.
And take it for there.
Yeah. And it's fine that everything might tie in together as a tapestry of information and blah blah blah, but this subject is clear cut. It's natural science. You know, it's got fucking trees being rocks, Mandela effects, any of these things has got absolutely fucking nothing to do with the question. Nothing. It's getting a wee bit disheartening for me, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking hard work, man. I understand that it tantalises people because everybody's at a point where they're frustrated and we all want to know the truth. I want to know the truth just as much as anybody else, the same as you want to know the truth as much as anybody else.
Yep.
But it's clear cut and it's so simple and obvious. For me, we need to establish exactly where we are before we go back looking at the contents of where we are.
Mm-hmm. Know where we used to be. We can, unless somebody's got a time machine, we'll never know where we used to be or what used to be.
Yeah. It's
all about now time, not previous time, not future time. Where
Yeah.
are we now?
Yeah. That's certain. They realise distractions coming from different places where they want to say, that's a distraction, but yet when it's something that their imagination gets a hold of or something that their emotions cling on to, you know, it's not a distraction, they'll try and justify it in some way.
Aye.
You know, it's as I say, it's got nothing to do with this question of where we are. You know, it's intriguing,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a story that I can look at and go, oh, aye, blah, blah, but at the end of the day, it's just going to distract me. You know, I want to know where I'm first.
Right.
I want to discover the full dimensions of where I'm. If I'm stuck here, fine, I'll go back and look at the contents or what might have went on here and blah, blah, blah. But if there's a way out or there's something else, I'm gone. Simple as that, do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and we know that foundation, the lie of knowing where you are, if that breaks, then it breaks all the other lies. It's a natural reaction. The same as if discovering the full dimensions of where we are, it will give us a better picture of where we truly are. Right now we're in the middle of the field, of the room, fucking still looking at the shit in the room, and we don't know the fucking dimensions of the room.
Not even the shit that's already in the room, all the new shit that gets thrown into the room too.
Aye, let's go and find out where we are. Aye, cool, let's go and find out where we are. And then somebody pipes up, oh, look at that there in the middle of the room. Look at that tree stump. Can we look at? I thought we were going to look at where we are. Aye, but
we're on a different timeline with this Mandela, so we don't know where we actually were, because where we are now could be. I mean, it just gets ridiculous. It doesn't help in any way, shape or form. See it for what it is. It's just basic distractions.
Yeah.
It goes back to the basic. If you can't repeat it, observe it, and experiment on it, it's just a story.
I know, and it's so harsh for people because again, they're in a place of frustration. Their emotions are being stretched. And then their imagination's running wild when they're getting told these things, and it's in order for us to keep grounded and keep focusing what the purpose and the goal is, we need to stick to natural science. Do you know what I mean? Obviously there'll be a natural science route for discovering what these mountains are, you know, but that's, for me, that's not the issue then.
It's just another distraction.
Yeah. As I say, if it turns out that we are stuck here, then fine, maybe we can, you know, go and really discover the contents of the room that we're in. I want to find out the shape of the room first, and if there's other rooms.
And most importantly, where the fucking door is.
Right, where's the door? Because right now, the more that I see this happening, it's like kind of disheartening for me, and you're stuck in this dilemma of, you know, we've spoke about this. I can't depend on anybody else for anything.
Yep.
You can't depend on anybody else for anything. But unfortunately, in this situation, the way I look at it is I don't have the resources or any of the you know, to map out the whole place and go and discover the whole place. Realistically, I know we need the numbers for that. But the more that I watch of this stuff happening, it gets so disheartening. You know, like, are we ever going to get that? You know? Or are people just going to constantly look for distractions to jump on and waste their time with?
Until the next trend arrives, the next shiny put in front of them.
The very fact that these people who we've spoken about before, you know, you look at their content, the illogical, unprovable stuff in their content, you know that they're playing a game or they're just stupid. Now these people who are the ones who are jumping on the stone tree thing, pushing it out there, making a big deal about it, but no, it's fine.
Yes,
You know,
contradiction.
It's moving the goalposts all the time, just to suit their own emotional discomfort.
Isn't it?
Aye man, it's fucking the same. There's fucking absolutely. I mean, we're running out of stuff to say. I can continually keep bringing bullshit to the table. You can keep continually bringing bullshit to the table.
Because it progresses,
You know,
any.
so what the fuck's the point? I know, you know, I'm just getting to that point now where I just want fuck all to do with any of it. You know, I'll just retreat away from it and pull back and fucking let them all get on with it and hope that one day they come to that fucking realisation.
Yeah.
You know, as I say,
By that time we'll be here.
to me there seems to be a definite enemy. There seems to be something that's pushing a lie, that's pushing an agenda, and that's seeking to oppress and keep people in that situation. They work as a team, they work as unity. I'm looking for a team. I need a team that work in unity, that understand what the fuck they're talking about and can see through the bullshit, you know, or we're never going to get anywhere. Because right now the team I see is fucking minute. You put yourself out there, we put ourselves out there, cutting through the crap, finding truth, sticking to natural science.
It's the way of this place though. I mean, because everybody's, as they say, to use the term is like everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got their own bit of shit. Because that to me is basically what an opinion is. It's just your own shit. So whenever you're going through anything at all, people are just, no matter who you talk to, you're going to have to deal with their shit. You know? So, because you know me, for years I've just been like that to fuck with the plebs, you know what I mean? Because they've not got a fucking clue. So just let them play with their own shit, you know? Because the more you go into these people, then the more shit you're going to have, because you're going to have their shit to deal with, eh? Because they've got a habit of launching it at people. Oh, my opinion. And it's just a lot of shit. I don't know if I've made that obvious.
I mean, it's the mix between objective and subjective. You know, people are bringing their subjective experiences and trying to use that in their emotional fucking dysfunction, whatever the fuck they're up to. I don't care. You know, this is natural science. It's about objectivity. It's about removing personality and emotions from it altogether. That's how it works.
The biggest thing is to remove emotion. If you want to get about like Spock for Star Trek, then so be it. Because the only way you're going to move forward. Everybody's held back and tied down with emotions. Whether it's every aspect of their life is tied with an emotion. If people can separate that, start dealing with facts, start dealing with logic, you'll actually see what's in front of you.
The globe is a lie. We don't know where we are. We need full disclosure and full exploration. Do you agree? Yes, people will say they agree. Okay, now let's go on with that. Okay, look at these trees. Does that tell me where I am? No, but look at the trees.
Oh, but it used to be the Bernstein Bears.
Does the Bernstein Bears tell us where we are?
I don't know, I didn't watch it.
Does Interview with a Vampire tell us where we are?
With the vampire?
Alright.
Interview with one of the many. Yeah, I don't know.
They're just all wee zingers to tantalise people's imagination because they know you're in a state of fucking pissed offness and uncomfortableness now. So they'll just throw stuff at you to tantalise your imagination.
They're letting you eat cake.
And then your emotions grab onto it because you can make sense of it in your perceived imagination, so therefore it's got some validity. Fucking, I don't know, man. I don't even know if what we are saying right now is going to even make sense to anybody.
As long as it makes sense to us.
That's it. But again, it's that point, mate, you know, we're not, we spoke about it earlier before the camera went on, so I look at this now and I go, what choices have I got? I can retreat and just go into my shed and just detract for everybody and push them away and keep away for as much as I possibly can until the day I die, right? But there's the risk that maybe that's not the game, maybe the game is to leave the fucking thing, so I'm caught in this dilemma. So I go, right, well, I can't no explore that avenue in case that's reality, so how am I going to achieve that? I need numbers, I need people awake, because I've not got the resources and the time to go about and map the whole place and explore every nook and cranny. You know, the military's there for that. We've got all this technology that's there that people can operate. If you can get the message to men and women who are part of the military, who have women and children just the same as we have, who care about them, you know, and they can get the fact that they're being lied to, and that then they come to the realisation, well, we need to explore, you know, then you have people like that on board who can operate these things, you know. I mean,
but at the end of the day, sir, yet again, based on personal experience, it all turns into the self-preservation society.
That's it, mate.
Numbers are just an illusion. I don't really think you need numbers. 'Cause everything is individual. You know, it's a personal path you're on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. It is for me, that's it. But logically and rationally, as I say,
you can gather more information if you've got numbers as such, because there's
Yeah.
no way that you'd be able to get a hold of all this military equipment and map it all out yourself,
No.
yada yada, I know that. Well, as I said in another video, you need to start a GoFundMe. GoFundMe.
you know, and people are at different levels of realisation, right? We know that for our journey, you know, where you move so far, but you can look at people and see that they're so far on their journey, you know. So you get people who are going, people coming into the flat earth see all these idiots behaving like drama queens, and now the Antonio Subarat's video and the drama that's going on with that, and they'll go, oh, people will just laugh at it and think it's ridiculous because of this drama, and you go, I know, that's fine. So then in turn, imagine again that these people who are at that level coming into the flat earth, and they come into contact with flat earth, and what they're seeing is, by the way, mountains are trees, you know.
It's a different subject, a different thing altogether. Why is it getting linked together?
Don't know. Well, I do know. And we know that, you know, but people are just refusing to acknowledge that because they can't stick to the fact. They can't stick to the fact that it's a science, natural science question. They can't get that wrapped around their fucking mind for some reason. The question is, where do we live? It's got fuck all to do with trees and fucking anything else. Right, but the subject's cups today, Martin, right? The subject that we're going to focus on today, okay, the natural science subject, is cups.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
Right,
so anyway, unicorns. You know unicorns?
Aye.
Aye.
That's...
You know unicorns, let's talk about unicorns.
Do they drink tea?
I never mind the teacup. Unicorns.
No, I wasn't even talking about a cup.
But this is how the communication starts to go. People have just got everything all mixed together. Fucking hard work, man, honest to God. And there's genuine people there, I speak to them, you know, and some of them will know what I'm talking about here, you know, but
maybe
not
we
gonna
spoke
hold
about
back.
in an earlier video too, is if you want to use it as the black wolf, white wolf, you know, truth or lies, whatever you're going to get fed more, or whatever one gets fed is the one that's going to survive. And as I says, if you can speak to somebody for 5 minutes in a week, you know, or you get a 10-minute conversation with them a week, and you're hitting them with a bit of truth or whatever, now the rest of that week, they're getting fed lies. So that's what they're going to keep on.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to grow on.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, to me, I'm not interested in climbing the status ladder, because the only way you can do that is through all the bullshit and all the lies. You've got to accept it all and promote it all. You know?
Yeah.
It's easy to survive in the illusion. Fuck's sake, I've done it for long enough. Proved my point within it, and then just went to fuck that, I'm doing that anymore.
I know.
Waste of life.
Fuck it, I'm not even getting any patience for it anymore. I'm not even going to hold back. It's just fucking nonsense. You know. I've seen a couple of people who are coming to the realisation, you know, about how to recognise the bullshit, because at the end of the day it's a fact. That's a lie. The globe's a lie. We don't know where we are. So the only rational, logical way to move forward for that is what we've said repeatedly, right? Anything else that's been brought to the table.
Yeah, but saying that, I mean, it's nice to, so to speak, you can't just focus your whole life on one thing. It's nice to have other things, and you know what I mean. It's not as if like a football supporter, all his life is just football. He's got other things going on besides that as well.
Yep.
But it's understanding that they're separate things.
Yep.
You can't just lump it onto the one box.
No.
You know.
I know.
If people want to talk about Mandela, well, go and talk about Mandela, but don't talk about Mandela to link it to where we are.
Right. If the tree thing is a fact and it can be proven, that's fine. But then, if you're going to link it to the question of where we are, you have to get the narrative has to be there. You have to be able to, you know, tell the truth of the story. You can't.
Well, you can treat it like chicken and egg scenario, right? You can either turn around and say, "Oh, what did the place used to look like?" But we've always been here. So let's get back to the original question. Where are we?
Hey.
You know, where have we always been?
Yep.
You know, for either your giant trees or your separate timelines or fucking whatever different quantums and multi-universes. But we are where we've always been. And we need to find out where that is before we start poking in about with other things.
Aye.
You know?
And that's what I'm saying. Does the tree thing, does the rock thing take us any closer to knowing where we are?
Well, no, because but if they were there whenever they were there, they were still here.
I know.
So where is here? We're still back to where is here?
All that stuff.
Where is here that all that stuff used to be?
Aye. All this stuff is in the middle of the fucking room.
Go back to the cup analogy. Right, well, there's tea in it. Right, but what does that do for the cup? No, but the tea, you can break the tea down, you can look at the milk, you can look at the sugar, you can look at the tea bag, you know, but no, it's a cup.
Right. I know. It's quite wearing. It's quite wearing. And as you say, when you know we have got other things in my life, but we need to separate them. But for me, you know, this thing is so fucking big. It's so important to me personally, right?
It's point one.
Aye. It's the fundamental. It's the fucking foundation. You know.
You need a solid foundation before you can move on. And that is the solid foundation. Where are we? Right, we find that out. Boom, shaka. Right, now we can build.
Yeah. But until then, it's just going to be going in circles.
Spinning round endlessly in a void of nothingness. An analogy for something, don't know what.
So, I think what else is going on, you know what to talk about, apart from the usual illogical fucking crap,
Yeah.
you know, with the drama brigades.
Here's a thing, just randomly, no my head. Why did they show us like spacemen and all that floating about? No, apparently when they go into space and things like that, they float.
Yep.
Because they've no gravity.
Yeah.
Right. So how come Halley's Comet can get affected by the sun's gravity when it's billions of fucking whatever miles, light years or whatever away from it at one point, but it gets pulled back in? I'm just curious of that, because that tells me, according to them, the further away you get from an object, the less gravity has an effect on it.
Yep.
Just curious, how's that put that out there?
No, I can't believe there's still.
Because then you look at that and think to yourself, like, what's the moon's fuck knows how many hundreds of thousand miles away or whatever, right? But it apparently affects our tides and shit, right?
Yeah.
So how can the moon's gravity affect our tides and shit when our own Earth's gravity can't even affect astronauts just outside our atmosphere or wherever the fuck they are, spinning round and round this apparent ball?
Yep.
You know, I just see a contradiction there.
To the side of the fucking.
Aye. Are they just so perfectly, they're sort of trapped between the Earth's gravity and the moon's gravity that they're floaty? It's just, I know, it's just another one of these things that just does
Mere
not make
nonsense.
sense. Doesn't make sense.
Utter nonsense. There's a reason why they had us looking up there and thinking that it was out there. There's a reason why they've had us full of religion and philosophy and rock trees and fucking all this stuff, because they'll do anything to stop us from going, let's just go and find out where the fuck we are. So you can bet your arse they'll fucking throw at you rock trees and giants and all this fucking nonsense.
Papers and scissors. They usually go with all the time. They'll throw rocks, papers and scissors at you.
Oh man. And the content thing, we'll talk a wee bit about that, about ego again.
Oh, that's not an ego, that's a T-Rex.
Don't you have the mapping one? You know what I mean? We've discovered dinosaurs or some fucking thing.
No, we haven't. Anyways, right, you're saying about egos and such like, I'm just
I'm just kind of laughing and I kind
playing with my toys.
of half pissed off mood today. Fucking disheartened with this fucking nonsense shite. The ego. You know, we'll talk about content. That last video we done where I done the glasses and the fucking the suit and all that kind of
That was
stuff.
brilliant.
Right, you know, we done it in a comedy. A comedy format, right? But at the end of the day, what was the content?
Hilarious.
Aye. The content was observable, testable, repeatable. Right? It was there. So, and you're still getting these people who want to talk. Water behaves differently, but they're not showing you anything.
No.
You know, and we expected mindfulness and or somebody else to rip the pish, and that's fine
I thought
we
it was
expect.
brilliant.
Aye, and it was great, and that's the thing, because we don't have ego with it. You know, we're secure in the fact that the content is the content, so we can dress up and behave however we like, you know, and have people taking the piss, and that's fine. We've got to be able to laugh at ourselves and take the piss out of each other, or you're just going to go crazy. You know, you're too serious with yourself if you think that, you know, you can behave and say stuff and you're not going to get piss ripped at you. That's the way it is for us in Scotland. It's always been like that. You know, we laugh at each other. We laugh at ourselves. If I say something that's illogical or make a claim that's fucking nonsense, I deserve to get the piss ripped at me. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
Until I come to the realisation and deal with it and go, oh, aye, and move on. Because that's what you do. Do you know what I mean? Or you can just be egotistical and have a negative reaction. I'll just believe my own delusions.
Yours.
I'll justify it to myself and just class you that's taking the piss out of me as a bad guy and a negative entity.
Label.
Aye.
Label.
Aye. You know, aye, mindfulness is a evil character. He made a video taking the piss out of us, so he's an evil CIA man.
Yeah. Because he makes people laugh.
Aye. Oh dear.
Where do we go from here, sir?
Nothing. You get frustrated like I am right now, pissed off, disheartened, you know, and it's my own fault because I do have expectations, hope that people will come together on the realisation and just get rid of all the fucking shit.
Hope is psychological desperation.
Yes, it is, sir. Yeah, it is psychological desperation, but I will admit I'm at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where the fuck I am, and it's grating on me every single fucking day.
Mm.
So, what else can we do, mate? Nothing. The content's there, we've done the videos, that's it now. I mean, all I can do with my time now is to find distractions for myself. Make guitar videos or go out on my bike and video the bike run. That's it. There's fuck all left to say. The drama and the circus will continue.
Aye.
You know?
will. Some mere Alice's will arrive.
Maybe once people get to a point where they want to play a team game and they realise that they need to play a team game in order to combat this shit that's fucking going on, then they might give us a shout, you know. Give us a shout when you get to that point. We're here, we're ready, we're waiting. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If we get everybody to that point, Marty will reveal himself on cam. As a celebration.
Well, you can already see me, I'm on a video.
Aye,
Right, it's on Tube 8 or something.
Aye. Red tube.
Is that it? Alright. My wife told me it was YouTube. I don't know, you got that kind of idol on YouTube.
Anything else to say before we disappear?
Oh, nah, man.
Nothing right, there's nothing, no.
Time to get back on the train, mate.
Yeah,
Move onward.
that's it. Well, as far as we can. We've came as far as we can.
I only on this platform. Jump on the train.
So-
Just awaiting.
Well, we're talking about, in fact, I've got a few things I want to talk about. The possibilities of who's behind pushing this lie and what it could all mean and stuff, you know.
Well, you start with the original question is who's got something to lose?
Mhm.
That's where I always start.
Yeah. But my point straight away is going to be this, right? If it's a consensual thing, I don't consent to the lie anymore. I don't consent to being kept in the dark. It's fucking vitally important for me to know where I am, right? And I'm articulating that. If there's anybody listening, anybody that's got any say or any know in it, if the game is consensual and there's any honour or anything in it, the fucking game's up. It's time to fucking come clean and start putting people in the picture, right? But if it's no, then what's the implications of that, right? So we talk about good and evil and all this kind of stuff and the God and the devil and shite, right? And we Stuart, we guy that play guitar with and stuff on a Friday made a cracking point about this, you know. If these people, these beings, whatever, really believed that what they were up to was going to have ramifications for them, i.e. they were going to burn in hell or they were going to have an eternal misery or stuff, do you really think they would be continuing to do what they're doing? I don't. You know? If it was a fact and I knew for a fact I was going to suffer for eternity and it was going to be... You know,
Aye, but I mean, there's obviously the delusion that you see through the old Hammer House horror movies and such like that you're actually the devil's pal, you know. So you're going down there for an eternity of partying,
aye,
you know.
aye.
It's only the people that think they were doing good that are going to have brimstone and fuck knows whatever else they call it, fire and brimstone.
There's been a push for this lie. Actively happening. You can see it. The oppression's in every one of our faces constantly. There is a definite enemy, right? You're responsible for you. Nobody makes you believe anything. Nobody makes you act anything. Nobody makes you feel anything. That's all down to you and how you're taking the external world in, right? But there is manipulative beings here, minds, whatever.
Just when you say that there. The lassie was through, the neighbour was through earlier on and she was moaning as usual. She's very emotional, quite lassie. And she was like that, she's like, he's just irritating me. And I just turned and says, no he's not. She's like, aye he is. I was like, no, you're irritated.
Yeah.
End of.
That's it.
You know, rather than this apportion and blame scenario. Just when you says that wee bit there, Lanu, I just thought I'd mention that.
I mean, that's...
Nobody irritates you. Nobody makes you do this unless they've got a gun at your head or some sort of
exactly.
threat
We've
over you.
pointed this out before. Unless somebody is physically imposing on your free will, you know, then there's no issue. You've got nobody to blame for anything that's happening to you but yourself.
Yep.
So, for me, there's a definite push for this lie. There's an agenda behind it. What that agenda is, I don't know, but I know that I've got an enemy and there's no honour in it because I've been awake to this for all this time now. So have you. We've been articulating the truth, telling the truth, saying we don't consent. Nobody's approaching. You know, nobody's giving you the stuff that you need. So that tells you need a fucking team to battle these fuckers.
Because even if you put it down like that, right, let's look at all the distractions. How many enemies is there? Where do you want to start off? Masons?
I know.
Illuminati?
Yeah.
You know, the devil? You know, and perpetuate the list if you want, you know what I mean? There's countless of different enemies, all the Rosicrucians, you know, yada yada yada. There's always somebody out there that's been put forward for people to point fingers at. It's them, it's the CIA, FBI, it's the government, it's the Black Ops, there's always seems to be a bogeyman, you know? What about the idea of all these bogeymen are actually under the same umbrella, and there's just one holding the umbrella, and they're all just parts of it. That's the focal point if you want to go down that road of who's in control. Rather than, it's the Illuminati, it's the Jesuits, it's this. You know, you fucking pick any label you want. You'll have thousands of different bogeymen.
The type of mind that we're talking about, manipulative, psychopathic types, come in all different shapes and sizes and colours. You know what I mean? They can hide behind any fucking symbol or any group or institution they want. You know, it's not... Look at their actions, analyse their content, analyse what they're up to, and you'll see them.
I mean, people don't know labels like the Illuminati. Alright, that's a cracking label, right? Do you want to start identifying them rather than just putting out a word?
It's just semantics. It's just...
Is that what I call it? Insecurity pacification. You know, I really bad, feel better inside. It's the Illuminati. I know who it is now. No, you don't. Who's the Illuminati?
It's just one football supporter assaults another football supporter, so therefore all football supporters are now this guy. You know, it's semantic. It's just generalising. It's all the logical fallacies of the day with people, and it just continues. You know, but they're just not aware that that's what they're doing. They don't understand what a logical fallacy is, I don't think.
It's nice growing, it's nice learning. But I mean, if we didn't go through all the shit that we went through, would we be where we are now?
Yeah.
You know, so maybe other folks still need to go through all that. Because mind you, obviously when you start on certain journeys, when it is all fresh and new and interesting, you're taking in everything. You know, and you're saying, oh, this is brilliant, blah blah blah. And then when you get at the end of the journey, you just realise it's actually it was all the same shit all the way. Why was I so excited at the start? You know, and then you realise, right.
It was a distraction.
It was a distraction. They were playing on my emotions. And to a certain extent they play on the ego as well, because when people discover something new or what's new to them, and it's, oh, this is brilliant and all the rest of it, you know, they get that, and then when they've got that in that state of mind of, oh, this is brilliant, then they'll just boom, boom, boom. YouTube's the best at it, you know what I mean, because if you look at what they throw onto your homepage all the time, there's your agenda right in front of you. Anything that comes onto your homepage, throw it to fuck. You know, that's, I tell you that day suddenly there was all this Mandela shit and all that. This is recommended for me. What the fuck? No, thank you.
It's being linked.
There you go, right. So that's
being linked.
Everyone gets
and it's the same. The amount of times we've seen this through this question of where are we? You know, it's an actual science question, and the amount of deviation for that is rife, and it's so clear to see. I don't need to sit and listen to that fucker for 5 hours. I know straight away.
Everybody's Alice.
And as you say, their ego, their emotions, people are getting a bit of attention, they want to cling to it, and they want to cling to it for the wrong reason. Because they're not representing truth anymore. They're representing their own selfish agenda, feeding their own emotions.
Private corporation.
Whereas we're trying to stick to the objective truth, because I know that sticking to the objective truth is going to give us the full picture. Because we can all paint their own pictures and just make them real. You want to take bits of other people's pictures, doesn't make it real. So, anyway, don't know if we'll be back. Fuck knows what's going to happen, because I've just fucking, this last couple of days has just kind of really made me realise how far back on the line people actually are. I've got Pegasus arriving soon anyway. I'm off for a wee fly.
I need to go and check my Griffin farm.
Aye.
If I don't feed them enough bear goats, they turn into camelopardses. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Finish as we started. Fuck.
Aye. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, peoples.